he come to Kokomo and talk to you great folks here. So here's the next governor of the state of Indiana, John Gregg.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you. Wow. Okay, everybody out there get in here. I'm a Southern Baptist. We're going to have us a tent meeting. So get everybody up there. Okay, boy. I'll tell you what, my mother wanted me to be a minister, and when I pulled up here and I saw this tent, I thought, you know, Mom's still alive too. I thought, man, she'd be proud of this. So, hey, thank each and every one of you for being here. Mr. Mayor, great to see you. It is great to be here with so many working men and women, with so many men and women that believe that if we work together, we can move our state forward. With so many people that believe in public education, with so many people that believe in organized labor, with so many people that believe in good paying, high skilled, high wage jobs. That's what this election is about. I want to give you a little bit of my background because you know you can't give it on television in 30 seconds. But let me tell you, I am the only candidate running for governor that's had experience in 3 essential areas: jobs, education, with the state of Indiana. I bought my first business. I bought the soda shop in my hometown at the age of 15, hired 2 people, and I know how to make a payroll. I also have been a former president of Vincennes University, and I know firsthand the challenges parents have with students in college, kids in college, because of being a president of a university, and I've now got 2 in college too. And I'm the only one that served in the state of Indiana in an elected capacity. I balanced Indiana's budget each and every of the 6 years I was Speaker of the House, working with a Republican Senate. The Constitution requires our budget be balanced. It was, it is, don't let them tell you anything else. And I did that. We improved funding for education. We cut taxes, and we did it all in a bipartisan way. That landed on Frank O'Bannon's desk the 6 years I was Speaker had votes from Democrats and Republicans. And that's what Hoosiers want, and that's what they'll get under our leadership. This race is getting tighter each and every day. President Clinton just doesn't fly around into some state where, you know, he's just out here to say hi and greet a bunch of folks. He knows that this race is tightening up. He knows we're going to win this race, and him coming here did an amazing thing. We've had news stories the day before. We've had news stories yesterday, today, and we'll have follow-up stories tomorrow. CNN carried his speech live, and I can tell you, I made sure I stood right behind him the whole time. They had chairs up there for us to sit down on. I got one of these fake hips, and I just kind of locked that and just stood for the 40 minutes. I wasn't about to move. But it is great to be here, and it's great to be here in Kokomo. I'll tell you one story about this county that's important to me, then I want to talk about you and your endorsement. I was a little kid, I used to come to Kokomo. First place I ever was in a fast food restaurant. Had an aunt that lived in Greentown. All right, had an aunt that lived in Greentown. My Aunt Mabel Mahon was her name. She was a school teacher. And my Aunt Mabe didn't have children, her and my Uncle Ben. So we'd have all these great nieces and nephews come up here, and they were pretty generous with the country cousins. And so we used to go places and eat and go to the park and just had a ball here. But I want to talk to you about one thing that when I think of Kokomo, I think of manufacturing. I think of what made the middle class. And I want to remind you that I am running against a career politician that when it came time to invest in 2 American companies called Chrysler and GM, he said no. He said his ideology prohibited him from wanting the government to get involved. Our next debate's in South Bend, and I read articles this year, 50 years since Studebaker collapsed, that South Bend still struggles with that and suffers from that today. I cannot imagine this city without Chrysler. I can't imagine Fort Wayne without GM. I can't imagine this state without the 120,000 tier 1, 2, 3 jobs all related to the auto industry. So when you see my opponent driving around in that red Chevy pickup truck, I want you to think of two things. He not only didn't believe in those companies, he didn't believe in the American worker. We got any auto workers here today, Elmer? He didn't believe in them. Well, I'll tell you what. I do believe in you, and I'll never quit believing in the Hoosiers. I'll never quit believing in working men and women in Indiana. And the other thing is, those vehicles are made out of steel, last I looked. And you know what? He's one of them free traders. And when I first heard that word, I was kind of a young man. I thought, free trade? You know that? Okay. Well, you know, now that I know what it is, it means that the Chinese don't have to follow the rules. They dump the steel here. And if you believe in free trade, I've seen what it does. It's decimated our steel industry in this country and in this state. You know, it is time we stand up for Indiana. It is time we stand up to these people that do not use common sense. Yeah. You know, it is Hoosier common sense. Hoosier common sense means that John Gregg doesn't have each and every answer. But it means John Gregg's going to be open-minded enough to talk to people. Talk with everyday citizens, talk with experts, talk with reformers, farmers, businessmen, laborers, and reach some type of a common sense consensus. That's how we're going to move forward. I want to thank each and every one of you for the auto workers and steel workers. I know we've got all kinds of organized labor here. Thank you for your endorsement. I want you to give a round of applause to my buddy Mo here. And he could be playing golf right now. And, you know, that's the ultimate sacrifice. And when we talk about after the election, I no longer get it out, and he says, I'm gone. I'm gone, okay? But thank you for what you do. 25 days. I want 25? 25. Okay, 25 days. I don't even know what day it is. Actually, I do. I know I'm in Kokomo, and I know I didn't need one of those road maps to get here. I know how to get around the state of Indiana without a road map. Well, let me tell you, there's 25 days. I'd ask each and every one of you to talk to 2 or 3 people today that you saw me and that I asked for your support, and I talked about working men and women. And I talked about issues that are important to everyday Hoosiers and talk to them about it. That's how we're going to win this from the bottom up. We're closing, we're running strong, we're working hard, we're on television, we're all across the state. This race is an important race. It is a race between Indiana experience, Indiana real life experience, or somebody in Washington, D.C. who has been nothing but an extremist, who has never passed one piece of legislation, been paid nearly $2 million of tax dollars, and has never passed a piece of legislation, and this year has missed 86% of his committee votes. Now, if he worked as an auto worker over here at Chrysler, I think I'm pointing in that direction, if he missed 86% of his days, what would they do to him? Fire him. And you know what? They would fire him. And the auto workers wouldn't say he should be kept, he'd be fired. So I need you to help me. We're going to help Congressman Pence. We're going to retire him. Okay? Listen, again, thanks very much. It is great to be here. Great to be here. I want to thank each and every one of you for the endorsement. I am going to Sullivan County. Sullivan County is my neighboring county. And in fact, my little hometown of Sanborn sits about 3 miles from there. So I'm a storyteller, you see. Somebody said, well, you're kind of like us, you're kind of down home. You know, when you live out on a farm in a town of 350 people, you don't have much other choice than to be down home. But you probably don't know this, because I'm going to talk to my dad tonight, and I'm going to say, Dad, I was in Kokomo, and I'll tell you what he's going to tell me. He's going to talk to me about, I want to say, the 1960 team with Jimmy Rail, because he likes talking about basketball. He's going to talk about that. You probably were not aware that my High Point game at Sanborn came against the Pleasantville Blue Streaks in Sullivan County, and that's why I'm going back there. I scored 3 points. Hey, thanks very much. Are you with us? Are you going to talk to some people? Are you tired of being left out? Do you want good paying job? I need your help. Let's go win. Thank you.